video 2. Just give you something to mull over, you know. So I explained everything in video 1, what I was doing, and what I'm thinking about is, and I've already designed the board, and I can actually build this on Perf fairly easy. Same circuit, no output buffer. Just go ahead and maxing the gain all the way out, having one output volume, and having the dual LED thing that I have on a wire that I got from Paul that I was using in the original pedal. Just going ahead and wiring that from input to output, just like a tube screamer, you know. The gain's preset at 200. I can back it off a little bit if I need to. But anyway, go ahead and send that back there, and then if you want, there'll still be enough gain left over. I can still do a little bit of hard clipping. That can be added on. But anyway, basically, it's literally input capacitor, chip, output capacitor, a small resistor just to help keep the diodes in check. And then that feeds back to the input, just like a normal tube screamer, except it's LEDs instead of diodes. So you get a bigger envelope, basically. Still sounds real tubey, you know. And then instead of having a fixed impedance to ground on the pot, what we do is we do it like a jazz bass. So normally, like I said, you got your 3 pot legs. You got, you know, in, out, and ground, depending on how you're holding it. What I do is actually go, still this is ground, but now this is in and this is out. So it changes the output impedance. It's an old amplifier trick. When you got that much juice, it kind of helps you control it a little bit better. And the 2 diodes, the LED in the back will help keep it, drop the volume a little bit. Basically the same thing that we had before, but instead of clipping it to ground, it'd be clipping it like a tube screamer instead. Basically the difference between MXR style distortion and a tube screamer. Just, you know, no tone control, you know. And of course, I could add a tone control if you wanted a tone control. I'd actually thought about doing a Big Muff Pi style control, you know, and which basically means that I would probably alter the mid-range to be very high going into it, because we got a lot of drive volume, so there's a lot of options on it. That's why I love this chip, is that it's a micro power amp chip, and it gives you so much push and with variable gain that you can do so many tricks with it. You know, you can literally run this thing to drive a small speaker, or you can drive a saturable reactor with it, or you can go ahead and use it to run a whole EQ pedal and still have enough drive to clip your LEDs. That's the nice thing about it. It's very versatile, but anyway, this one basically is a dual LED, already with wires on it. 1 chip, 2 capacitors, and a resistor, and a volume pod. I like simplicity when it comes to drive pedals, you know. Me personally, I'm of the mindset, if I make a good drive pedal and I voice it in the vein of where I want, you know, you can put an EQ behind it, you know what I'm saying? And that's because every EQ is going to be different. So I tend to like a more Fendery EQ, and some people like I like a more Marshall EQ. Some people like a little more Fendery EQ. Some people like a Vox EQ, and I actually like the Vox EQ too. I'm able to do some fun stuff with that, and I've actually got a circuit for that too in mind. But anyway, oh, sorry, it's dry skin, man, right when the weather shifts. That's another option that I'm working on too. And anyway, I don't want to mumble around, sorry.